Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and a reaction video to one of my own videos, actually two videos. This is covering two videos. The first one was the technical kind of ride debrief, event recap. And then the second video, there's three in the series, but the first one was just a preview of the course. The second one was my debrief, and then the third video was footage that Jess took while she was sagging for the event. So 300K, total time of 11:20, ride time of 10:44, with 2760 of meters of gain, or 9,000 feet of gain. So what I'd like to do is maybe give a little bit more of a explanation maybe, or more detail to some of the comments that were made. And hopefully this is helpful not only for those folks that made the comments, but for anyone else who may be also curious. First thing I want to talk about is headlights. Now, this particular event was 300 kilometers, a 5 a.m. start, so you need some light at the beginning. Daylight was 6:29, or sunrise. And then you have to allow for some time if you have mechanicals, if you are a more recreational rider and you're taking the party pace, as one of the channels that I watch, God, I wish, is it Pathless Travel, Roadless Travel, something like that. Super nice guy. I love watching his videos. But party pace is one of his things. Anyway, so I use, it depends on the event and depends how much battery life I need. But I use these exposure lights, and you can see form, very small, function. Let's talk about function. I'm going to try to bring this up and see if it'll focus. So right about there, I think. So these are program modes, and then low, medium, and high battery life. And so at each one of those in each one of those program modes, some of them they have two categories, and some you have all three categories, low, medium, and high. You can set the headlight to, let me see if this one maybe shows up better. It's in black instead of a gray on gray or gray on white. Somewhere around there. Okay. And you can pause that and take a look at it. So you can set it for, let's say, program 2, and I don't remember these by heart. Program 2, I want it to last about 10 hours on low setting, and you program it, and then you should not have to worry about your battery life on your unit, because you said, okay, 2 hours in the morning, I got 8 hours on the back end of this course, sunsets at 7, and I would have until what, 3 a.m. I guess. So that's why I like these, and they're small. I've got 2 of these, but it will depend on how much light you need. If you're riding urban, then you could almost put your headlight on super low, because you have a lot of street lights. If you're riding out in the boonies and you don't have a lot of light pollution from other sources, cars coming at you and things like that, you're just out there, you could also dial it down quite a bit. Or maybe you've got a pretty quick descent and you want to light up the road quite a bit. They also make, like this headlight has the reflex technology, meaning that it notices when you're going fast and just brightens up even more. So you don't have to reach for it. There are some remote switches, but you don't have to reach for something to have much brighter. Sorry, my computer just went to sleep and I need it. But so that is a really cool feature, that it's like an accelerometer. It knows, oh, I'm going faster than I was, and I'm going to go to a much brighter setting. So these are exposure lights. When I did PBP though, I ended up using these guys. This is a SIGO light. They're local. They're Orange County. I'm in San Diego County, so the next county north of me. And I just wanted to support a smaller business. These guys, SIGO light, this is a 2000 lumen light. Sorry. This is 900, and then this other one is, I think, 2500. I can't remember off the top of my head. So many different lumen settings. This is 2000, but at the low setting, so it has these two buttons here, which is kind of their thing. The tail lights are the same way, where you take a setting on your tail light, so blinking, solid, triple flash, whatever. That's one of the modes. And then the other one is how fast it blinks or how slow it blinks. And in the solid mode, how bright it is or how dim it may be. And that's how you can play around and get to the duration that you need for your headlight. And then, I'm sorry, for your tail light. And then also for the headlight, they have the same principle here, where you go through a mode and, flashing mode, something, something, and then you dial it up or down. And I was able to use these for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours and never really had to charge them while I was out riding. Paris, 1,200 kilometers, so 51 hours of pedal time. And then the rest of it was just kind of, riding in the daytime, sleeping at night. So I took that approach to the event. Another question was, well, what bells do you recommend? Because I talked about having a bell on the bike path. I like this company, the Incredibell products. This is the one I have on my bike. It being a strap, so it's very adjustable to whatever handlebar you may have. I reserve not whatever. It basically round handlebars is what you want to ride. Another reason why I do not ride, these integrated handlebars and disc brake bikes and all this neat and tidy with my cables and housing. It's nonsense. You don't need any of that stuff. You need a round handlebar to clamp stuff to it. Your headlights, your bells, your computers, your stuff, right? So these bells, I mean, they are quite loud. They have a very good range when you're coming up on someone on a bike path. And it's just a very polite thing. And I swear that I need to do a study anecdotally, and everyone just smiles when I ring that bell. Make a comment down below if that's happened to you, but it's just so awesome to see people smile when I ring the bell. Pedestrians, other cyclists, whatever. So get yourself a bell. Don't yell on your left and all that silliness. You sound, you sound like, yeah. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about, someone made a comment about how there was a lot, not a lot, but there was a good balance of some text, some this, some that, and, and Jess narration on the course. Here's the thing. The last comment he made is, oh, it would have been nice to have some video of you guys riding. So the challenge is that the rules for brevet riding, you can only get support at a control. So in this case, it was 188 miles. There were 3 controls, and of course the finish. So you had one at mile 23, 37K. You had one at 83, 133K. And then you had one at 125, 200K. And then the finish. So to not give any appearance to any other rider on the course that Brooke and I were having some unfair advantage because we had a follow car on the course and we had this. This is all on the honor system, but I like to keep things above board, very simple, transparency, as some of you might say. So Jess would be at the control, and you might notice that control 1 and control 2, they are right on the 15 freeway. We went through rural roads, but Jess, when she left control 1, got on the 15 North Freeway in interstate and drove to the next control. And you could see in the video that there's a bridge we're coming up and over. It's basically an overpass for the freeways down below. So she took the freeway, went from mile 23 to mile 83 on the course without being on the course. Unfortunately, and I know how cool it would be to have some video of Brooke and I riding during this event, you just can't do that on a brevet without other people thinking, oh, well, he had a follow car on his brevet, and you're supposed to be completely unsupported except for the controls. So that's why, unfortunately, we were not able to do that. Secondly, I'm very fortunate that Jess was able to SAG for us, but the bad part is she was supposed to be on this event. She was supposed to be riding this event with me, and she's just had a lot of soft tissue flare-ups from her bike crash. Those of you that know, you know. So, I'm very lucky, and Brooke also was very thankful that we had Jess actually at these controls, because she actually should have been riding with us instead. Hoping that with all the physical therapy, massage therapy, she's gone to another ortho, and we're trying to get this situation resolved with the soft tissue damage / pain that she's having. So I guess I can try to shoot that video of whoever I'm riding with, or from my perspective, the rider's perspective. The next event that's coming up, Jess is also going to SAG for that because it's a 400-kilometer event, and she's just not ready. She's just not ready to do that kind of mileage, hours on the bike in a riding position, right? So she's going to SAG. It's a 400K, and it's got 17,000 feet of climbing. I mean, that's well over 5,000 meters of climbing. So it's a very hard event. I think in the first 76 miles is like 9,600 feet or something like that of climbing. I'm going to do a preview of the course, so please like and subscribe, and get that notification bell going. And I guess a bonus round here, I get, of my views, I get like 85% are folks that are not subscribed. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And just please subscribe. It makes a huge difference for me. If, for example, those 85% views were signed up, I'd easily be a 10,000 subscriber channel. Easily. And that allows me more leverage to go to a component manufacturer, a bike manufacturer, a nutrition company, a widget company, and say, listen, I've got 10,000 subscribers. I'd like to review your product. I've got 20,000 subscribers. I'd like to review your product. I'm sitting at around 61.58 or something like that. So I don't think that that's enough leverage, but I'd also like to be able to do interviews with people and say, look, I'd like to do an interview with you. I've got 10,000 subscribers. I think if you want to get your message out, come on to the channel and let's do an interview. So those are the reasons why, as YouTube creators, we are always asking for folks to subscribe. Okay, that's all for today. There's 2 more videos that I'm working on. One is the power data from the 300K. That should be up shortly. I've got another video on the preview of the 400K. And then this Saturday, I'll be doing that 400K. So there'll be, you know, hopefully some footage from Jess, and I'll try to shoot some ride footage so you can see that. Okay, that is all for today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.